Monday's sentencing of two Reuters reporters in Nyama to 7 years in prison over what the government there termed illegal possession of official documents has sent serious concerns amongst international observers about the increasing threat to press freedom around the world.
So these journalists, what has happened to them may not have been different, but it's a bit of a surprise even for the low standards that have been set, that journalists could have been could be the target of this kind of conduct, especially international journalists by one of the respected bodies, Reuters. So it's quite shocking that just for doing their job, and it appears as if, according to the stories, they may not have been verified, but it appears as if they were set up.
Not surprisingly, the African continent has had its own fair share of intimidation of the press and a continuous attempt to gag journalists. A case in point is the arrest of 5 journalists by the military in Ethiopia while gathering information on the state of emergency in March this year. In Nigeria, journalists continue to suffer intimidation and repression. Quite recent examples are the arrest and extrajudicial incarceration of James Abiri, an independent journalist, and the detention of Premium Times reporter Samuel Ogundepe for allegedly having access to classified information. Why has the press continued to suffer unrelenting attacks?
The press is usually seen as by those who don't want to follow due process, who don't want to do the right thing, as their enemies. And that's one of the dangers of being a press person. People in the press now are being hounded, they are being harassed, and they are not being treated the way they ought to be treated. Their fundamental rights are being flouted.
Is there any justification whatsoever for the attempts to gag the media around the world?
From onset, there has been this anger towards press freedom. There has been this animosity towards freedom of the press, and that has, dovetailed into so many things. There are so many instances of gagging the press, detaining journalists for days, for months.
As much as the press is expected to exercise its freedom with a sense of responsibility, it is believed that the press, as the fourth estate of the realm, serves as both the conscience of the society and a check on the excesses of the other realms of the estate. A world without a free press may be an invitation to chaos and unbridled tyranny. I am Mary Chinda, Plus TV Africa.